It's always a sad time when that weave got to come out. When you've been enjoying your hair extensions for some time, and then now is the day. Today is the day where you got to take your extensions out, and you know it's going to be a long day. But you're so excited to see how much growth you really got and if you're going to actually retain all that length that you grew. So let's get into this video because I know you guys love watching when I take down hair extensions because it's so satisfying to really see what's up under that weave. Hey girlfriends, and welcome back to Cocaknotz, home of the Long Hair Society. On this channel, I'm always showing you tips and tricks on how to get to longer, stronger, thicker hair, especially using hair extensions and protective styling. I believe that low manipulation techniques combined with water and combined with natural products is going to get you to longer, stronger, thicker hair fast. Fast. I'm talking about fast. It does take a little bit of technique, and using these methods, I'm sure you will be able to retain as much length as your heart desires. Okay, so what you see me doing right now is separating her natural hair from the hair extensions. Because I'm going to be using cutting shears, I want to make sure that all her natural hair is out the way so I don't accidentally cut her natural hair. I did leave out the perimeter of her natural hair to give a more realistic look with her hair extensions, and she loved it. She was able to do ponytails, high buns, and all different type of variations of hairstyle because it was such a versatile look. But I did have to scold her a little bit because I can tell that she kind of neglected some of her hair in the back. She wasn't as diligent as I wanted her to be with having this much hair out in the back. But she promises that next time she will definitely be on top of her leave out in the back because we can't afford any type of setbacks on her long hair journey. We're trying to get her to hip bone length, and we got to make sure we are on top of everything. No slip ups, no setbacks, no accidents. We have to make sure that her hair is healthy throughout this entire journey. She has been on a natural journey for some time, and I took her hair from above shoulder length to past her waist. And it only took a short number of years, and that's because we have mainly been using protective styling. We went from braids to sew-ins, and I always just stick to the core methods. And when you stick to those methods, your hair will grow. In fact, your hair is constantly growing, but we had to develop length retention techniques along with these methods to make sure that we are actually getting length because your hair is constantly growing and there are so many different things that will stimulate growth. But just because you're growing hair does not mean you're going to have long hair. It just means you're going to be growing hair. If you want to have long hair, you have to be diligent when it comes to length retaining. And that's basically just keeping the ends of your hair on your head and letting it just stay on your hair while your hair grows. And that's how you get long hair. It's that simple. So if you want long hair, focus on length retaining techniques. It's an art to length retaining. I usually tell people to incorporate finger detangling and less detangling from combs and detangling brushes. Because if you have kinky, coily, curly hair that has very tight ringlets, a comb is actually going to do more damage than good. So please incorporate finger detangling. Next, you want to incorporate low manipulation techniques. This means not manipulating your hair on a daily basis. That means any type of brushing, touching, rubbing. As long as you are not touching your hair on a daily basis, you're going to be more likely to keep as much hair on your head. Another technique you can use is protective styling. Now, protective styling helps you protect your hair from manipulation techniques. Get it? So basically, if you put a protective style in your hair, you won't have to brush your hair or style your hair on a daily basis, which is going to reduce the amount of time you touch your hair or friction is rubbed against your hair or any type of thing that's trying to separate your hair or pluck tweeze your hair on a daily basis. So that's where protective styles come in. You can use protective styles with your natural hair, or you can use protective styles with hair extensions. And protective styles range from buns, French braids, plaits, twists, hair extensions like wigs, crochet styles, or sew-ins. Then you're going to want to understand and involve the technique of hydrotherapy. Hydrotherapy is simply just watering your hair more often because you understand that water is your hair's diet and that water is very essential in the growth and retention of your natural hair. By understanding hydrotherapy, you would understand that you can't just use any type of water technique on your hair and that you would have to soften water so that it can actually hydrate your hair and moisturize your hair. I actually have a water softener on my website that you can purchase that's going to help soften the blow of hard water on your natural hair, which is actually going to make sure that your hair stays soft, moisturized, and hydrated while you style your hair, protect your hair, and retain length. The next technique you're going to want to implement on your natural long hair journey is the art of sealing your hair. Using sealants to nourish and enrich your hair with vitamins, nutrients, and amino acids is key. And I highly recommend you use sealants that are naturally derived from nature, meaning that you actually avoid any type of fake products. Anything that was not made in a garden or from nature is actually synthetic. And when you use synthetic creams, butters, and oils on your hair, it actually doesn't do your hair as much good as it probably says on the bottle. I highly recommend just switching over to natural products because nature provides. Nature provides shampoos, conditioners, treatments, all type of masks for your hair and your hair growth journey. So make the switch to natural products. I actually have a product line derived only of raw natural products. I mean 100% from nature. No synthetics, no fragrances, no parabens, just simply nature in a bottle. And it helps to actually nourish your hair from the inner cortex out, meaning that you're actually going to grow hair faster because your hair is actually on a nutrient-rich diet. So I removed her hair extensions and now I'm removing her very long braids from this very intricate braid pattern. And as you can see, she has tons of buildup, and that's because I made sure I really sealed her hair with natural butters and oils. By doing this, you actually create a double protection layer around each strand of hair so that her hair will stay and remain somewhat moisturized within her hair extensions. The longer your hair gets, the more difficult it's going to be to actually maintain and wash your hair within your hair extensions. So some clients prefer to just trust my protective layer and leave their hair in for the duration of the install, and it works for them. They still get length because they come back to me for me to remove the hair extensions, and they get some amazing growth. If you want to see how I style her hair, how I finger detangled her hair, and how I put it into another protective style, stay tuned for the next video. You don't want to miss it. I have helped her get inches by using protective styles, low manipulation techniques, hydrotherapy, and the art and science of using sealants. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and I'll see you in the next